Yes mate, welcome to kitSTORY, and today we're doing every single Premier League team's best ever home kit. Arsenal 05-06, I already put this at number 1 in the Arsenal top 5 best kits of all time, burgundy and gold. The final season at Highbury, mate. It's classy, it's professional, and it's going off the first ever kit that Arsenal ever had in their history. You don't see too much of this template anymore. The shirt manufacturer on the left or right hand side, the crest in the middle, and also the shirt sponsor just below it as well. My God, was O2 iconic for Arsenal. Aston Villa 93-95. Look at the pinstripes that are going down here. Of course, the classic burgundy with the blue stripes going down. It is gorgeous with that blue collar as well. And seeing the buttons there, the white buttons there, lovely. The main thing that sells this for me, mate, and you're going to see this a lot in the video, Muller Yogurts being the shirt sponsor right there. The 90s was so special for different shirt sponsors. You had community-based companies, or you had certain food brands which just worked so nicely. Asics as well. How many football shirts today use Asics? It was such a staple in the 1990s. This one goes in for Aston Villa. Bournemouth 22-23. I'm going more recent with Bournemouth because I looked through the archives and looked at all of their old kits, and some of them you wouldn't even put a pub team in them, mate. The zigzags that are going down between the red and also the black there as well. The thing that does ruin it is the Daffabet. We can all agree the Daffabet completely ruins it. I love the chunky collar that you've got there as well from Umbro. You see that sort of this year with the likes of Ipswich having Umbro as their shirt manufacturer, but looking throughout the body of the kit, mate, those zigzags are so eye-catching with Bournemouth. Brentford 18-19. I struggled so much with Brentford because I just think some of their kits, the majority of their kits, are just completely average. I'm not saying that just because I'm a Fulham fan and that we're rivals, but you've got all the stripes going down there, mate. Yeah. They've used the same kit over the last couple of years, but this is the best one by far, where you've got that red collar going around with that little black trim as well. And I know what you're going to say, Leo Vegas destroys it, but is it much better than Hollywood Bet? Brighton 99-2000. This is what I'm talking about, mate. This is what I'm talking about with those classic 90s kits, mate. Just look at this piece of art by error right here. Whose skin? Whose skin? What is Skin, the shirt sponsor? Someone please let me know in the comment section just down below. I love to know what old shirt sponsors are. And please, if anyone can enlighten me and the rest of us, you'd be a massive legend. The blue and white stripes going down there, it is classic Brighton right there. I never did like it when Brighton would have, you know, more blue or more white on a kit. It has to be a fair 50-50 split. And that old Brighton crest as well, it's almost like the seagull is coming out of the shield and it's got a nice lovely red trim going round it. Chelsea 05-06. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of pelters for this one because I haven't put an auto glass kit in there. You know, Zola, Viali, Toriandre Flo, people like that. But this, I was about 10 years old when this came out, just off the back of Chelsea winning their first Premier League title. It's such an easy template, mate. The blue and the gold work so nicely with each other. The Samsung Mobile was top of the range from Chelsea, and no surprise, they did back-to-back Premier League titles in this shirt. Crystal Palace 96-98. This is identical to the Bayern Munich shirt around the same sort of era, mate. You see so many people, if you go travelling, if you go to Bali, if you go to anywhere in Southeast Asia, there'll be one lad in that group that has that classic Bayern Munich top. And it's exactly the same for Crystal Palace, apart from Bayern Munich had Opel, they have TDK, and the crest is completely different, mate. The stripes going down as well, the red and the blue, so simplistic going through there from Adidas, mate. And Adidas just written out as well, no 3 stripes, and I love that touch. The old Crystal Palace crest with a shield going around it as well, top of the range Palace, top of the range. And my God, have you had some good kits over the years. Everton 09-10. Do you know what? I'm going to get a few penalties off this, but when I was a teenager and this dropped, I absolutely adored it. Everything from the collar, from that V going down there as well. This is celebrating their 1984 FA Cup final win. Le Coq Sportif. You don't see that enough in the Premier League anymore. I'm talking Leighton Baines, I'm talking Leon Osman, I'm talking Stephen Pienaar, and of course, I'm talking Phil Neville. Fulham 2001 to 2002. This is the best Fulham shirt that has ever been released. And of course, I've got some bias because I'm a Fulham supporter, mate. The Pizza Hut just makes me cry every time that I look at it. We've never topped it, and I don't think that we ever will. Look at it. This is what I mean by shirt sponsors being so perfect back in the day. How outrageous is it to have Pizza Hut as a shirt sponsor? Fulham, bang on. Ipswich 97 to 99, quite similar to that Brighton kit we saw a couple of kits ago, apart from the white and the blue stripes, mate. But that neck that's coming down there into that V-neck off the back of the collar is so gorgeous. The shield going round the Ipswich crest. I think since doing all of these kits and looking back into the archive, a nice bold shield off the back of the crest works so well. Shirt manufacturer was Punch, so I think that was actually an in-house shirt manufacturer that Ipswich had for a good couple of seasons.
Oh, and Green King as well. I wonder if Mr. Alan Brazil had anything to do with this kit.
Leicester 2000 to 2001. I'm just choosing it because of the Walkers, mate. I'm choosing it because of the Walkers. You think of Gary Lineker, even though Gary Lineker had already retired, but was the face of Walker's Crisps and all of their adverts. You sometimes get his picture plastered all over the packet there, mate. But Le Coq Sportif have done it again in 2001. Look at the nice little triangle that's going through Le Coq Sportif, mate. They've not tried to do anything too out of the box. You saw a lot of kits during that era of the back end of the 90s and early 2000s where people just stuck with the classy collar. But Walkers, man, Walkers is the main selling point on this shirt. Liverpool 1993 to 1995. It's always hard with a club like Liverpool because Liverpool, throughout the years, apart from like a dodgy little spell in the 2010s, Liverpool have always released some absolutely unbelievable kits. The three stripes down by your sides, which almost come up to the chest area, lower chest, higher stomach. I actually just love how the Liverpool crest is pretty much all whited out, but all of the writing and all of the logo as well has that red in there as well to make it stand out. You know, you're keeping a lot of the focus on the artwork, which is the three stripes. The collar, white, red, and hints of green as well. Carlsberg, the best shirt sponsor that Liverpool ever had in their entire existence. Bring it back to a front of shirt sponsor. Man City 89 to 91. I know the Premier League wasn't formed then, but it doesn't matter. There will be some clubs who are in the Championship when their best kit dropped. Take Brighton, for instance, weren't in the Premier League then, but they're a Premier League team now, and that's their best ever shirt. Just look at this from City. Brother, the best shirt sponsor that they ever had. The nice little patterns going through it. The points and the mountains going through it, like Arsenal and the bruised banana, mate. How it goes from different shades of blue. You've got a darker blue going down into a lighter blue underneath it. I think it's meant to be just one big M that keeps going on throughout the kit. I think it's banging from Umbro. I think it's absolutely unbelievable. And I would say their second best kit was probably the year that they won the treble. Manchester United 04 to 06, and like I mentioned with Liverpool, Manchester United is so tough because they have released some absolutely outrageous kits throughout their whole entire history. But this kit right here, you have Wayne Rooney making his debut, Ruud van Nistelrooy, the end of Roy Keane. You had so many special players in this football kit. Just love that template as well because it's from the same era as Arsenal and the Burgundy, where you have the crest there, the Nike and Vodafone. This was pure intimidation Manchester United. You can't hate on this. You just can't. It was that total 90 era of football. Can we go back to designing shirts like this, please? Haweman Newcastle 97, 98. I feel really bad because I love the Geordies so much and I don't like to take the mick out of the accent. But this right here, Alan Shearer scoring for fun, mate. Just look at that. It belongs in a museum somewhere. It really, really does. Newquay Brown Ale. Newcastle Brown Ale, the best shirt sponsor that Newcastle FC ever had. The Adidas written out in gold just above the crest. How it goes from Adidas, crest, Newquay Brown Ale there, mate. There always needs to be an overabundance in stripes on a Newcastle shirt. I think I can remember in the 2010s when they got relegated, there just wasn't enough stripes on the Newcastle shirt. What was it? The Wonga Bingo, whatever it was. More stripes, the merrier for Newcastle United. Nottingham Forest, 92 to 94. I was watching Premier League years the other day, 92 to 93. Nottingham Forest opened the season against Liverpool. Teddy Sheringham scored an absolute banger and they were wearing this kit, mate. The pinstripes and the red going through this is so, so gorgeous from Nottingham Forest. The shield going round the crest and the tree, it is iconic, mate. I'm talking about Stuart Pearce, I'm talking about Sheringham, I'm talking about Nigel Clough, I'm talking about Brian Clough at the helm at the City Ground. It didn't get much better than this. Southampton 97 to 99. I actually really struggled with this because I think Saints have had some of the worst kits in Premier League history. I had to go right down into the archives to actually find a good one. Pretty ironic that the shirt manufacturer is Pony because a majority of the shirts have been absolutely pony made. Sanderson shirt sponsor. With me being so young, only 28, so I was only 1 year old when this kit came out, can someone please let me know what Sanderson shirt sponsor actually is? Spurs 01 to 02, it's just the wholesome. And I know the season before, the season after, whatever, Spurs did have a collar, but I've chosen so many kits with collars throughout this list, mate, that I needed to just put a V-neck in there. And it's easy and it's enjoyable to look at. West Ham 1999 to 2001, governor. It doesn't get better than this for West Ham, mate. Dr. Martens was the best shirt sponsor that the club ever had. Claret and blue. It's not got a shield going around the crest, mate, but it's got a nice, lovely gold lining going throughout, bordering it up, making it stand out and making it look classy. Wolves 02 to 04. You know I've only chosen it because of the Doritos shirt sponsor, mate. The early 2000s and the late 90s was a special, special period for football kits, mate. But look at that Doritos shirt sponsor, mate. The red and the orange going off the body of the kit, mate. Top of the range. Please remember, if you're new here, mate, do us a massive solid. Subscribe to the channel just down below. Let me know which were your favourites in the comments section. And did I fumble the bag completely?